Hello, beautiful Capricorn friends. I hope this video finds you guys well, safe, and healthy, right? If you're at home quarantining, I hope this can at least provide you a little bit of entertainment, but hopefully there's some nice solid messages in here for a lot of you out there. So welcome. I'm happy to have the Cappies. Let's see what we got in store for love. There's no timestamp on this video. I'm just doing some random love readings because why not? Makes me happy. Hopefully it makes you happy. If it doesn't, it's not your message. Don't take away those messages, right? These are for your best and highest good to help you raise your vibration. Know in advance, not every message will be yours. I welcome you guys to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. Please take away, again, only the messages that offer you something that resonates with your story, that motivate you, inspire you. I come at this with love and positivity, so take that away, right? Why not? Everything else about this video will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com if you want to check that out. I welcome you to do so. But most importantly, please like, share, subscribe wherever you can. That helps me. That helps this channel a whole lot. Helps me gain traction and momentum out there in YouTube land. And I mean, that's my goal here, right? So whatever you can do to help, that would be amazing. Thumbs up, leaving a comment. Comments are huge. Comments are, and even just like, hey, cool, thanks. Like that helps my channel a lot. So if you can, that would be awesome. If not, I'm happy to have you here anyways, guys. There's no pressure in these videos. So let's see what Capricorn is being told they need to hear for love messages, however they resonate. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, you guys are welcome here, as well as the cross watchers. All right, so potentially a Virgo having some sort of breakthrough where they come in to make an offer. It's very interesting. I just did Virgo, and you guys were featured quite prominently. So yeah, a lot of the same cards actually, and I obviously shuffled quite well. So somebody who had a lot of bullshit they had to take care of and deal with, problems, issues that they were working through. Again, not for everybody, particularly an earth sign could be coming in with some sort of offer, or this could represent you, Capricorn, being, the Knight of Pentacles. It's typically a Virgo card, but it could be any, earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's funny. It's the slowest moving night, but it's met with like this card, which is fast. It's wands, it's action, it's energy, it's passion, it's inspired. So again, this is a romance read, but for one of two of you, it could just indicate like you're kicking ass in your work, right? The money you want to make, you're taking it places. Like maybe you're putting out resumes like there's no tomorrow, or maybe you're gaining significant traction on some sort of project that you've been really like nose to the grindstone on. Yeah, like you're kicking ass, I think, at least in some area. Or again, that could be your person. It could be a Cancer or a Pisces or a Leo that you're dealing with. And then there's the wish fulfillment card. So if any of that makes sense, something about a long-term goal or a long-term wish, it could even be you working on your body, right? Trying to meet like some sort of like, I don't know, goal weight or kicking ass, getting on the treadmill or on the bike every day. There could be a lot of things here, but I mean, I'm going to read for love. I'm going to stick with that. But sometimes these readings invite you to use your creativity in terms of seeing if it fits in some capacity in your life. But yeah, something about a wish fulfillment of a small offer or gesture made involving communication. And you do have a divine pairing here. We're going to hop into your energy or your person's energy, particularly if you're dealing with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Very interesting. All right, I have too many cards. I got all excited. So let's look at your person first, then we'll hop into what the universe wants you to see or know about all that. So your person's energy, their overall energy, their vibe, if you will, in the coming weeks is presenting as the Queen of Swords. So not my most emotional queen, right? But I don't know why, but I'm being called to say this could also be your spread, Capricorn. Sometimes the roles get reversed, particularly if you have been like very focused on some sort of task at work. It's like all bullshit aside, like I'm focused and I'm doing this. So here's what I like though. The clouds part, there's some sort of, literally the clouds, right? Behind you, there's some sort of, you look up from your work and then you're like, oh, hi, I didn't see you there. So there's messages being welcomed, right? The swords always represent messages, thoughts, communication, ideas. And then what's really, did I call you Virgo? I feel like I just did. If I didn't, I was about to, because then you have this. So that's what I mean. I think this is representing you. So I'm actually going to read it like it is. And again, up to you if you want to reverse it. Here's why. Something about offering a message to, this is a card of Venus and Virgo. And as I said that, there's a lot of messages about Virgo in this reading. So even if you're not dealing with one, potentially there could be another one, or this could be a Virgo in your life, right? Even if it's not your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. So yeah, there's open channels of communication with a Virgo that's been waiting a very long time. If it's not representing a Virgo, there's very strong female energy. So if you have another Earth sign in your life, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you might be reaching out to check on them, particularly if it's a sister or a daughter, a mother, a this or that. It doesn't really matter. But they are coming up on your mind. And what's funny is if it's not representing a person, it's representing you thinking about your abundance, your affluence, your money. I just heard that. What song is that? Is it Snoop Dogg? I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Oh my goodness. Anyway, that's actually really funny. Some of you probably listen to that song, right? It is a good song. I like that song. I haven't heard that in ages. Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Okay, stop, Annie. Focus. Here we go. Too many cards. Why is Venus and Virgo coming up? I can't help it. Universe wants me to sing to y'all. Just kidding. Why is Venus and Virgo? Why is the Nine of Pentacles coming up in Capricorn spread here in the heart? I love money. I just love money. I want to be around it. That's okay. You're allowed to love money. Again, the wish fulfillment cards. Okay, so something about this, either money, this Earth sign, or a Sagittarius, potentially. Some of you may be trying to save your pennies, and again, I don't know when this would be, given the state of the country and whatever, but gathering up your pennies, your money, your savings to open a bar or something in the restaurant industry, or maybe you're just saving up to go out on a fancy dinner once all this bullshit, with Corona is over or something like that. You may also be, okay, there's someone you confide in very much, and it's a female energy for most of you. It could be a Sagittarius, but more than anything, it doesn't really matter the sign. It has to do with this feminine bonding. So again, I'm sensing this is for most of my females out there, though it doesn't have to be. But particularly male or female, if you have a sister or a mother or a whatever, fill in the blank, they're almost like your little therapist. You have little therapy sessions with this person. They're one of the few people, even when you are isolating, and I don't mean in the sense of what we're doing now. I mean, in general, when you're kind of away doing your thing, focused on your money, you got your mind on your money. They're one of the few people you will stop in your tracks to talk to, because there's something very nurturing about their energy. You appreciate and welcome their advice and guidance. And I'm getting, not everybody holds that weight with you. There's a lot of people you're just bitch, please. This is not that person. So your mind is, and maybe it's literally your counselor or your therapist, particularly if you're not able to see them regularly anymore. Some of you are longing for that conversation with someone who they add value and they add richness to your life. Very interesting message. So I have to be honest, for a lot of you, I don't think it's romantic, though if you are a same-sex couple, it definitely could be. Poverty. Okay, so there might be a Sagittarius in your life needing to borrow money or vice versa. I really don't think it's you asking to borrow money, Capricorn, but it could be. Someone may be struggling to financially support a child or something like that. Or it could also represent, for some of you who have an ex, they might be very bad with their money, for lack of a better term, and it's almost like they're coming off as a child with the card of poverty. So there's something about, here's the thing, you're rolling your eyes at them, but at the same time, you do love them. At least in a sense, you could care a lot about them. And so here's what I mean. I don't actually think this is romantic. This feels like a sibling. If it's not the whole divine feminine energy, particularly if you have a brother who's a Sagittarius, you're just oh God, again, I have to lend you money. It's something like that. It's coming up in your mind, your mental energy. So I know all of you are get to the point. Where does this have to do with love? I'm trying, guys. But again, that's not coming up as romantic love for me. Let's look at your heart space, because in your heart space, you have the Four of Cups. So again, the comfort zone, the safety zone, any four in tarot, but with cups in particular, it's kind of all right, cut to the chase. Like you're doing in this tarot reading, enough of the bullshit. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the relationship. a couple different messages come up with the Four of Cups. It can be boredom, it can be complacency, it can be dissatisfaction in a relationship, or it can be so much longing for people of the past that you're denying yourself or blocking yourself or simply not seeing offers that are trying to like come in now. It's essentially saying like live in the now, live in the moment. What are you missing out on? So let's throw some shit on that. Right? Why is the Four of Cups coming up in Capricorn's offer? If people are making romantic offers to you now, you seem to be kind of like, no thanks. Again, because some of you are really focused on your work right now. Or, okay, this could also represent someone coming in asking for money too. Again, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to read for love, but it's almost like my cup is empty. Can you fill it? It's like, didn't I just give you money 2 weeks ago? It's a lot of you might be parents. I'm definitely getting like parent-child dynamics, or again, the child being someone else who's very immature in your life. And okay, so interesting though, it could be this person who it's almost like they're your therapist. And for most of you, that's not literal. It's more like your best friend, your sibling. Oh yeah, even like a brother-sister dynamic is coming through here. There's something very beautiful about their spirit. You guys are, again, even not in a romantic sense, there's something like soulmates about it. Like you guys are like besties, but they're something about their poor decisions are kind of impeding on your life a little bit. And so you don't want to cut them off because you enjoy them as a person. But yeah, it's like they're financially draining, or even something about it draining of your energy. And again, this could go vice versa. So that's sort of convoluted to me, because you like hanging out with them. You'll stop what you're doing to hang out with them. But after you feel exhausted, I'm almost getting like, this is not literal, guys, okay? Almost like the idea of an exorcism. There's like this jolt that it gets something up and out of you, right? But then after it, you're just like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. Again, some of you may be kicking ass at like the gym or the home gym, right? Something about like you exert all this energy, but then it's like you just collapse in exhaustion. So as something about a spiritual leader, like a priest or a pope, or like divine healing, right? Very interesting. Okay, so I was going to say, what the hell does this have to do with love, Capricorn? Cut to the chase. I'm with you. So you have man holding a heart. Again, potentially a Virgo with the 9 there. And then goddess of the moon, maybe a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, particularly a Pisces or a Scorpio. So is this person, I'm running out of connections here. Is this someone new? Is this Virgo person the spiritual healer? Are you married to them? Is it 9 and 7? A Cancer? A Virgo Cancer? Oh, Capricorn, your spread is killing me here. It's not you guys. It's just the messages. Like I'm not getting love messages, even despite this. I think this represents you holding out for someone, whether you're male or female. This is like a very feminine male, or I'm sorry, a very feminine male. So maybe my male Capricorns out there have long hair or something. This is saying to me, as I was saying, people making offers to you, you're kind of declining them or pushing them away, especially if they are romantic offers, because I think you're holding out for somebody else. That's what I mean. You're protecting your heart. You're not giving your heart to other people, because you may have your eyes set on 3 other people, but the one who's communicating with you, you don't have feelings for them. Yeah, you'd rather focus on your work. You'd rather focus on your hobbies, your like playtime, however you want to say that. What are these 3? Yeah, you're stuck on someone from the past, potentially a soulmate, potentially a twin flame, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But yeah, exactly. You're standing like defensive to letting anybody else into your energy or anyone else into your circle. So in a sense, you're very hell-bent, or you're very determined. You have your feet planted firmly in the ground. You're not wavering. There's something about, as messages and love offers may come to me or this or that, I'm not letting them through. I'm blocking it. And that's what your action card is. You're really not taking a lot of action. You're waiting, aren't you? You're waiting on the soulmate to reach out. And it's definitely someone from your past. With these cards coming up, like almost a certainty. It's very strong water sign energy. You have a couple cards of Cancer coming up. Cancer, Scorpio, yeah, not too much Pisces, I gotta be honest. Maybe for a couple of you, but a lot of Cancer and Scorpio is coming up. All right. Yeah, you're waiting for sentimental, mushy, gushy, delicious love that's happy. I think you're lacking passion, or you're lacking any sort of desire for romantically the people around you right now. And so I am sort of getting, again, something about a brother is coming through. Again, not romantic. Don't make it weird. Something about it, if romance isn't around you and you're frustrated, you're hanging out with like your buddy, or you're hanging out with your sibling, or you're trying to find activities that bring you joy, but it's very family focused. It's very family oriented. Are you hanging out with the family dog? Like something like that. And interesting, you're being very guarded about your love life. You may have people prying at you like, oh, so tell me this and tell me that. And you're just like, nope. You're like, that's when the Queen of Swords is, and you're like shutting them down. But again, you're welcoming the friendship dynamic. You're welcoming family in, but you're not talking about your love life. You're very stubborn. You, again, hell-bent on the love you want. But it's almost like you think it might be bad luck to discuss it. And I'm actually sort of being called to say you're right. Sort of like, especially with the High Priestess, mum's the word. You don't need to be telling everybody about your love life right now, because as weird as it sounds, I'm sort of getting, it's going to kind of fuck things up a little bit. Sorry for the language, but yeah, like mum's the word on your romance right now. It's not something that I think you need to be actively chasing. It's almost like, spirituality, give it to God, have faith that things are supposed to come in when they're supposed to. But in the meantime, do stuff that you enjoy. And for a lot of you, it is coming up as family, and Capricorns do tend to be very family oriented. So, all right, cool. I don't even know who to read this for anymore, because I'm sensing that was you. So I'm going to read this as your person, but again, feel free to swap them. So your person's energy, all right, well, they're looking for love. Again, this might be the person who's interested in you that you're not interested in. We'll throw some clarifiers on it, but your person's energy overall, again, a card of Cancer, is looking for love, looking for partnership. You may actually be dealing with two different Cancers. Yeah. Or two different water signs for that matter. Anyway. Mentally, though, they're a hot damn mess. They're not moving forward. They're not offering communication because they have a lot of, like, I'm hearing like self-worth issues or self-pity or, anxiety, but it has to do with how they view themselves. They may have done something that they regret, or they've put themselves in some sort of awkward position or awkward corner. It's like now they have to fend for themselves. Now they have to get themselves out. And this might actually represent the person that's asking you for money. You may actually finally cut them off. And again, that's more of like a sibling dynamic. So again, these messages are all over the place. There's a lot of people here. Anyway, mentally, they're a hot mess. Emotionally, they're looking for sex. They're looking for like a tender touch. They're looking for, they're longing for your touch. It could be a Leo that's on their mind as well, if they have multiple people, or if, again, for some of you, this may be a family member, but they're kind of showing up in a love spread here. Anyway, coming on in their heart space is the card of strength. That is a card of Leo. So Capricorn, you might be dealing with a Leo. It does represent strength and courage and determination. But I am also getting from this, they have impulse issues. Again, oh my goodness. Are you dealing with a Leo or a Sagittarius? King of Wands too. It's something about they have to tame their sexuality. They have to, because there's part of them that has an overactive, or whatever you want to say it, whatever, high sex drive. And especially now, if they're in quarantine, right, they can't see anyone, they're having to like tame it. They're having to like tame the lion. They're having to tame the beast. Oh my goodness. The way it's being translated to me is really funny. Let's throw some clarifiers on this, because I feel like I'm not doing you guys a good job in the love messages, but they're just not here. All right, so your potential Leo person, or whoever it is, right? They have a tower representing their, okay, again, this isn't bad. The tower can sometimes be, for me, like electricity in love, like extreme passion, or even, it can even be like my orgasm card sometimes. It's like they're really flustered. I think they have, again, impulse issues. They just want to like scream. They just want to do this or that. Again, something very sexual, but they can't. They can't do it, and it's driving them nuts. And this is a weird message. It's almost like if you guys are dating, right? I'm assuming this isn't the person you live with, or else you guys would be having lots of sex, right? Whatever. I don't know what the situation is per se, but if you guys are dating, there's something about, or not even that, flirting. There's something about they can't look at pictures of you because it drives them nuts. It drives them wild, right? And so with the blindfold, it's literally like, I can't think about that. They are having to block something out of their mind too, because it's driving them nuts that they can't see you. This is, despite all like the heavy sexual stuff, and I mean, whatever, right? There's no judgment. It's actually kind of a cute message. It's like you're driving them nuts. Their inability to see you, but they can't stop thinking about you romantically or passionately. They're having to sort of like turn the other way and try and focus their attention, again, maybe on family or talking with their best friends. So if your person has stopped communication, and not stopped, I think that's the wrong word for it, but they're like hot and cold sometimes. That's why they're like sexually frustrated. Yeah, the wands, literally, you guys, the penis card, right? Whether you're male or female, the Ace of Wands is sexual energy in a love spread. That's what they're trying to be like. Don't look at it. Don't do it. That's too funny. I can't. That's hilarious. All right. Well, at least the spread is making me laugh. Their action, though, they have a good action card. The King of Wands, he's the king of action. He's the king of sexuality. He's the king of passion. He's the king of career. He's the king of spirituality and motivation. I mean, a lot of things. And I say king because, that's the depiction. It doesn't have to be a male, right? It could absolutely be a female. I just heard hardcore. Good Lord. Sexy, sexy. All right, so clarifying the King of Wands, we have Justice, we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Eight of Coins. All right, give me a second. I want to digest this message. Is there a child involved, particularly a female child? Does one of you have a child, or do you, I don't know, even pregnancy? Be careful if you're not looking to get pregnant. You're growing tired of waiting for their message or their communication back. But what you don't realize is like this whole thing for them is like a spiritual journey. And I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but they're learning like spiritual lessons, and it may actually be on how to stand on their own 2 feet, on how to be alone. They may fall back on sex as like a fallback. It's sort of like codependency a little bit. So having to be on their own is driving them absolutely crazy. That's why their energy is presenting as almost like desperate for friendship or partnership, or, it could be romantic stuff too. But yeah, it's almost like they don't even know what to do just the one. They don't even know how to handle just like, them by themselves. This person is very sociable, particularly if this is a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag. They're starting to lose it a little bit. They're terrified that they're going to be in quarantine forever, and like flat out, they're like, I can't do this anymore. And I don't mean to be insensitive, but like they're kind of unraveling a little bit, because the wands, like fire signs need oxygen, right? They need to thrive. They need freedom. They need to be out in the world exploring, right? They're like the travelers of the zodiac. So yeah, being kept within, they're having like a small crisis of faith because they just want to be set free. It's bothering them that they can't work the way they traditionally work. So if they work, out in the world, or if they travel for a living, it's driving them nuts. It's like they just want to get back to the way things were, or the regular routine of things. What is the overall message here with the King of Wands? Why is that coming up in the action? old woman. They might be wanting to see their family, and again, they're very frustrated that they can't. Or they may be taking care of like a parent, particularly a mother who's either, it doesn't necessarily have to be ill, someone who has trouble getting around. They may be having to go visit family or go help family. And it's funny, there's something about, this could also, the old woman could also represent that friend in either your person's life or your life, Capricorn, that person who is very spiritual healing, very, they're, again, energy-wise, they're almost like a little gypsy or something like that. There's, you or your person is gonna open yourselves up to someone because you've been blocked about talking about your love life, but there's going to be some sort of important advice or guidance regarding your love life that, again, for the longest time, you were on the defense about either acknowledging or hearing or something about that. It's going to help raise your vibration and bring you some sort of epiphany or clarity about, I don't know, if you want to wait for this person, if you want to stay with this person, and some of you are holding out for someone from the past that you're not hearing from. There's too many people in this spread. Yeah, Capricorn, your person might be, taking care of their family or, again, a lot of I'm getting a lot. Okay, this might actually be spirit guides. I was going to say, I'm getting such mixed messages because there's something about being very hush-hush and not discussing love at all. But then the conversation surrounded by friends is coming up. So maybe you're feeling like peer pressured or vice versa. Your person is feeling peer pressured to discuss it, though. Anyway, I'm going to go with what I think this is going towards is there's important spiritual message that are trying to be relayed to both you and your person, particularly in your dreams while you're sleeping. And it's trying to get you out of a state of lack. Or it could even be advice or guidance on what to do with your income if you're struggling with that. Or if you faced a hardship or a roadblock, an obstacle in relationships, it seems like you've been carrying around the burden of that for a long time. And these messages coming from spirit guides or universe or angels or God, whatever you believe in, it's fixing it. Did that come up earlier? That may have been Virgo spread. Yeah. Fixing it, right? The hammer and nails. If you are looking to fix something with someone from the past, there's divine messages, again, being relayed to you in dreams on how to like double up the income or how to get out of the state of poverty, the hardship, and reestablish like balance and order and harmony and legacy and family. Again, if you have a child with this person, even if it's just trying to have a civil relationship with someone who you've really been struggling with lately, that is going to come to an end as long as you are an open vessel of communication to receive those messages from a higher source. Yeah, the universe is trying to get your attention. They're trying to make you recognize something. Again, I'm being called to say Virgo. There's a dualistic side of your personality and you're letting like the darker energy win right now. So you need to raise your vibration. You need to step into your power, into your confidence. If that has been an issue, if you are driven enough to get the passion back with your person, I think you guys can make it work because they're presenting with a lot of positive cards, but there is baggage with it. So for some of you, this isn't really someone new. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing I did with Virgo. For those not looking for a reconciliation or people or anyone out there who doesn't have a person right now, could maybe in some weird way represent someone coming in, but let's try and get you messages for someone looking for newness, right? Because some of you are being called in that direction, right? These 3 cups, you're waiting for them, or the opposite, they're there, but you're just kind of like, eh. Let's see for those looking for new love what we can get from my Capricorns. 8 of Swords. Get out of your own way. You're letting the negative thoughts win. A state of lack. And I say that obviously with sympathy, right? With empathy. I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but yeah, it's like you've put yourself in the mental prison. So there is a sense of needing to bust free. And that mental prison is coming up in your person's spread. So that could indicate it's like you've put yourself in jail waiting for an offer from maybe a fire king. But it's like, why would you put yourself in that position? Like if they're not reaching out to you, that's sort of saying it's time to get out of the mental prison and seek opportunity elsewhere. Yeah, move forward in love, maybe with a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Keep putting your cup out there, even though you don't want to. And there's no sense in rushing a relationship, particularly because no one's really dating right now, right? There is a lackluster sense of wanting to put your cup out there for new love, though. She looks defeated. Like she's on the horse moving, but it's like, I didn't want to be here in the first place. The universe is kind of nudging you to, yeah, this is your card, and I love that your card is coming up, to step into your power, to recalibrate, to realign yourself, because you're holding out for something that I'm getting, it's just not coming in right now. Or it's very delayed, or universe doesn't see it as, it's not justice. It's something that it's not karmic justice, or it's not divinely guided right now. You're delaying something by waiting for it. You need to go out and take action, right? With the King of Wands, you need to go out in there and kick ass. And I don't mean literally outside per se, but in terms of love, you need to start wrapping your head around the idea of opening up your heart space again, because a lot of you, some of your heart chakra is blocked, actually. I'm getting with that. Yeah, don't hand off the fate of your love life to someone else who's being very stubborn. Yeah, for those looking for new love, you have the soulmate card coming up, right? The Four of Wands, a solid foundation from which you can grow. It may actually involve moving back to a different city. And I said moving back, or moving to a different city, or the opposite, right? Removing yourself from like the hustle and bustle, particularly those going home, whatever that means, particularly if that's like not urban, like a suburban or country or something. You may end up connecting with like a neighborhood, like a neighborhood friend, or again, even if it's on social media or something like that. Sorry guys, my camera froze. Yeah, it's something about going home, and maybe that's just to hang out with your family. You may end up connecting with someone from your past, and maybe it's this person who's the soulmate. Maybe, I don't want to make false promises, but yeah, there's something about someone you haven't seen in quite a long time. You may have even met at a party or some sort of like social engagement, maybe a wedding. I said the same thing to Virgo. There might be something to that. Anyway, you may reconnect with someone who's actually more in alignment with your destiny, if that makes any sense. All right, it's been a long one, Capricorn. Sorry. I feel like you've been getting really like complex messages lately, Capricorn. Engagement. It did come out in reverse though. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. All right, well that's beautiful. Happy to take that card for my Cappies. Flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Yeah, why don't you want to? This is like such the same message for me. You're just like, ugh. You're like annoyed or frustrated, or you're sad. We got to raise your vibe, Capricorn, because this is coming up in both your spreads. Whoever you're thinking of, your person is doing the same thing. Have you both put yourself in an awkward position? Has there been an argument or a fight between you guys? That could be. And you both are kind of like too proud or too prideful to like come together and admit it. But even if that's the case, your person is like desperate to get back in there, to mix it up with you again, right? Taming the sexual passion. And then you have unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry to keep the relationship going. Yeah, don't freak out with this, because here's why. This is representing you. You have a couple people that are interested in you, Capricorn, and you're turning a lot of them down. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to leave it at that, because that's what all these cards are for you. You're putting your cup of love out, just kind of not even wanting to. And then if you're... And yeah, there may be other romantic offers coming to you that you're just simply not interested in. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? You don't have to fake love for anybody. But anyway. All right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below if any of this resonates. And I will see you very soon for more tarot.